One wheel firsts. Thoughts on the Whisper after a week. A secret challenge. A top 10 related to Instagram. And of course, a guest who really is, I think, the guy in charge of the races that took place in Texas over this past weekend. Really big show today, joined by Matt LaBelle across the way. What's up, man?
Hey, buddy. I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything.
Yeah, you sound great, man.
Wow. It's the headset.
Let's get you louder.
It's a bad cord. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is.
Jesus, that's a good start.
We have a lack of connection here in my headphones.
So, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Not how I want things to go in the beginning, because I had a lot of things to do today.
We always do.
No, but dude, the thing is, listen, we'll see in the end of the show why I discuss this way, but I really want this to be a professional show. When we do this, we really try hard to make it feel loose and fun. But I also
my back just cracked doing that.
There's a difference of that being like unprepared, and that's not what we are. I don't want to ever come across
too prepared.
Unprepared. I have so many things to do and talk to you about, but I just get frustrated when technical things go wrong. However, I don't want to waste any time of that.
Don't let it fluster you, Buster.
Secret challenge coming to you.
Ooh.
Instagram top 10 coming to you.
Coming to you.
So a lot to do today. Fred Cunningham is also going to join us, so don't go anywhere. I moved the cameras around. Everything just feels a little different today. But that's okay. So what's going on with you, man? Belly Matt LaBelle joins me across the way.
Of course, working a lot, as we all do, right? When we're in between, sometimes we're even working right now during the show for some of our listeners. So yeah, working never stops. But other than that, all's good in the hood, man. Having dinner with my sister and brother-in-law tonight should be a good time.
Nice. I love that people listen during their workday and they're just sitting there and they're like, oh man, I'm trying to get away. And actually, some of you have asked me, will you ever, for the love, man, will you just do a show that's not during the damn workday? I get that.
We've done that.
We should do that again. And I promised those people that. So we're going to do that. We're going to show you another show, not necessarily at noon on a Tuesday. We're going to be off next weekend. Next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll not be here on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I will be in Colorado. I'll be on the top of the mountain, going to the bottom of the mountain, hopefully safely.
That's the best way to go. It's much easier than going.
I am so stoked right now. I haven't been to Copper Mountain in like 4 years. I think it was 5 years. It was 5 years ago.
And it's going to be a stoked session. I mean,
listen, man,
fresh pow pow.
You're not a boarder, and I'm not talking down to you, but you're so close because you get it, the pow pow. You know the mentality, right? But like you don't though until you get out there and you realize. And that's the thing. I'm going with somebody who's on the East Coast. Now, many of you who are out there on the West Coast, and you're like, dude, we know, we get it. You don't understand. Okay, on the East Coast, the snowboarding / skiing is very icy. And it's very packed and crowded. So you have to actually if you can ski on the East Coast or snowboard, you can do it anywhere.
Yeah.
I was very nervous the first time I went to Colorado. And then I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's a mountain and like completely wide open. So I'm all for going with somebody who's going for the first time. And that's what's happening. So I'm very excited for this trip. I will take some pictures. I will be taking video. I will get some great footy. I'll bring it back to you guys.
That's some big promises there.
No.
Can we just talk about for a second?
I'm bringing the gimbal.
I'm the worst at taking pictures and videos.
Yeah. Well, you're not coming. I'm the other guy who's like taking selfies everywhere. I'm the opposite you.
Yeah. You're the opposite me. I don't take pictures anywhere I go.
So I'll have a whole lot of things that I'm going to be bringing back from a Stoke-filled trip to Colorado. Going to be riding with some of the people there. Many of the Rocky Mountain mob have reached out. So many cool people, very nice people. John Stock, I'm coming to see you, buddy. But yeah, so with that being said, Taylor Kelly, coming to see you. Beaver Creek, we're going to Copper Mountain, and then we're going to Loveland. Copper Mountain twice because I requested it. I was like, dude, it's such a big mountain, and the reason I like it so much is it's massive, and 50% of it is black, like 20% black runs. Ooh, that sounded bad. Black runs. 50% of it is black diamonds or above,
or double black.
25% of it is green, and 25% of it is blue, and it's green, blue, black. So, like, if you want to get to a harder run, just go to the other side of the mountain. Like, you can just go side to side. Some mountains are just like a cluster F of runs, and you go from, oh, this is a nice little green groomer, and then all of a sudden you're in the middle of the black diamond, moguls, and you're just like, oh, I wasn't ready for this. And that sucks for some people.
This sounds very personally like it's happening.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been through it. I mean, and that's how you get better, obviously, is getting through those challenges. But it sucks when you're not ready for it. So, and also if you are ready for it, but you have other people with you who maybe can't, those are frustrating times. So a day at Copper Mountain, if you're a snowboarder or a skier, there's still time left in this year. Get out there, and if you can do it next week. I had a one wheel first, but I have 6 minutes. I think I can do it in 6 minutes.
You can do anything in 6 minutes.
Fred Cunningham, I appreciate that. Fred Cunningham is coming on the show here. He's going to tell us about the Texas rides, and I really do want to talk to him because I don't really know much about them. I'll be honest, man.
There's a large group. Texas, everything is bigger in Texas, and most of their group rides are pretty big.
Cody B, you didn't miss much. We're just kind of hanging out, talking to you guys. I wanted to say what's up to my people in the social media lounge. 2 girls, 1 wheel. Can't wait either. We're still stacking clips for our synchronized video. Just need a couple more impressive tricks. Let's go, Copy. I'm digging it. Copy and Sean are talking. I see One Wheel Nelson's in there. Billy Naff. Killer Clown. Oh my God, I haven't seen him in forever. So social media. What are we serving, Mr. Belly?
Ooh, what are we serving today in the social media lounge? Ooh, that's a good question. Let's see.
You have to be ready for that.
I'm never ready for that. I don't know why.
Snap.
I don't know why. Snap.
Here's a funny thing about him. He sucks so bad at being put on the spot, but he's like the smartest guy I know.
Fair enough, maybe.
It's so funny. You could ask him any trivia, and like if he's in trivia mode, he'll pull it.
Because if
you just go like, "Hey, dude, watch this. Ready? Hey, name a song. Name a song. Name a song.
Back in Black." Because of the double black diamonds that were in my brain.
Yes. Okay. But he freezes. It's so funny. All right. So let's do this. I have 5 minutes before. Sorry.
Oh, no. It's all the time.
I love you, man.
It's great. Don't put me on the spot for anything.
I know him. And
what should I do about my relationship?
All right. So with that being said.
That happens all the time at the bar.
I had a one wheel first happen to me, and we'll get Fred Cunningham on here in 5 minutes. I just got the Whisper tire put on about a week ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the funny thing about this is that it's now my first rounded tire. And I'm not used to this. I'm very much enjoying it. But what's different is that when you're at a slow speed or a standstill, it's a lot harder now to stay stabilized because it's a rounded tire.
Mm-hmm.
On a Vega, wow, so simple. You're standing on a block.
Yeah.
It's like standing in real life. So with that being said, I go down, my daily routine is I go down and I get on, I get out of bed, I get on my one wheel, and I go down, I go to the elevator.
Straight from the commercial, seriously.
No, it is. From my bed to the elevator, out down the hallway to the elevator, in the elevator, down, and then I got to get off of it and go to the coffee machine.
He doesn't even get off his one wheel when he's in the apartment. He just goes everywhere on that.
No, when I come back up, well, I'm glad you said that, because when I come back up, this is a one wheel first that happened to me. When I come back up, I open my door and there's a lip at my door that's like, I don't know, half an inch.
It's part of the frame.
It's not much. It's part of the frame. It's not much. But you do have to do a little bit of a nudge that even like a 10-year-old could do. No offense to 10-year-olds. It's not even the most inexperienced one-wheel rider.
I might be able to do it.
Yeah, no one should have a problem with this. But with a coffee in your hand and your left hand on the doorknob and a new, fresh, rounded tire for the first time, you might open the door, hit the lip, and things go down. So now from this point, I have choices to make because I have a very hot coffee in my hand.
Very.
At this moment, when I realize the front pant leg got caught in the tire and zoom, it ate it up. it just ate it up. And now my leg just goes out from under me, and the one wheel is shooting itself boom, 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 into my back of my door. I'm holding onto the front of my door, and my leg is around the back of the door, smashing it with the one wheel. As it's eating this pant leg. Nah. And all the meanwhile, never spilled a drip. Never spilled a drip.
For the coffee.
Oh, man, I got it down.
I'm surprised you didn't, we're drinking it while you're getting eaten by your one wheel.
It was unreal, dude. I have never had that happen to me before where I just felt like I was out of control for a second, and then, it just ate up my pant leg.
So not only is your one wheel
out of here.
Like a wife to you, but also a dog.
What is it? What?
It was your Valentine. Kissy face Valentine. Your one wheel.
Oh, the picture you're referencing a picture that I put out there as my Valentine. Yes, very good. Yes. So yes,
and now it's your dog because it's chewing your pant leg. Bark, bark.
I'm just not listening to you. I'm sorry. I'm leaving
Fido.
you hanging. I'm looking at the site in the social media lounge. Yes, said Kane. I did go down. Copy said that his one wheel ate his shoe one time.
Hashtag times I wish your neighbor opened the door.
I know. The problem is it was 5:30 in the morning, so it was so early and loud, just smashing against the door. My pant leg was stuck in the one wheel. Unreal. So with that being said, it sucked, man.
I have bad news for you, Luch. I'm so sorry about this.
What?
I'm not laughing with you on this one.
What?
I'm laughing at you.
Oh, that's okay. I'm fine with that.
That was awesome, though. That was a great descriptive radio description story because you really helped me envision that.
I'm sorry that I had to, just ramp it up there for a second, but things needed to happen. Let's get him on here.
Save the coffee.
Save the coffee. We need Fred. I need Fred in my life.
I need Fred and I need a number.
Number is in the Facebook chat. You are all over that. In fact, let's get some tunes up in here. Let's get Fred Cunningham on. I want to hear about these Texas races because I really don't know much about it. And I saw that this was happening. I saw that a lot of the main sponsors that you know about, all of us know about, they were all, sponsoring this event. And I reached out. And some of these people were kind enough to put me in touch with the gentleman who puts this whole thing on. So, dude cleared his schedule for us at 12:15 sharp. You know me and my craziness of clocks. We stay on schedule here. I've got him. We're all good. Belly, I feel good. You feel good? Get him on here. Fred, are you with us?
Yes. Yes. How y'all doing, guys? Glad to be here.
Well, thank you for joining us, sir. And I'm just excited to talk to you because we don't know much about your event. Now, I say that in a way where I really just want you to teach us. What the hell did you guys just do this past weekend?
Man, I think we pulled off the impossible. It's kind of been a dream come true. I'm really just kind of in awe about how it all went down. Long story short, we've been wanting to race. We want access, and it all started with going to our favorite park to go ride. And it's like Disneyland over there for one wheel. This place called Walnut Creek, and you ever go to Disneyland? No one's telling you to get out of the Disneyland, but at Walnut, we bump into bikers and people are like, you don't belong here. And so I realized that I wanted to be at Disneyland forever, and the way we were going to do this is going to have to be through positive community activity. So,
well, before you go any further there, so that's a good setup. Yeah. Can you tell me what's going on in the Disneyland of one-wheelers where they're telling you that you have to leave? I mean, what?
You're breaking up a little bit on me there.
I'm sorry, I had the music in the background. Let me say that one more time here. That should be a lot easier for you. My fault, man. Are you telling me that you're in this one wheel heaven and people are like bikers are telling you have to leave?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, stealing our stoke. We're just having a great time, and you'll have a biker. Oh, you're not supposed to be here. No motorized vehicles are allowed. There's signs out front of the park that say no motorized vehicles, but they've been there since the 70s, and they're referring to gas-powered motorized devices, but I think the average person, when they see the word no motorized vehicle, and it's, they know that you have a motor, they think anything that has a motor is a motorized vehicle, which isn't accurate by the law. But regardless, there's nothing fun about being at Disney World and then having people tell you to get out of there.
No,
you don't belong here.
Fred, I'm fascinated by somebody that's going to see someone else having fun and say, you know what? I should stop that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where they come off with that, but I realized real quick is like I'd have great days at the park, and I'd have other days where it really just gets under my skin.
All right,
It's
so
like,
tell us what you did to get around this. What did you create?
well, I started by joining the bicycle forum and seeing what the bikers were having to say, because somebody tipped me off that they had made a post out there on the bike forum and said, "What do we think about one wheels?" And we had some positive comments. It was really good. It had people saying, those guys look like, man, they're full of stoke. They're having a good time, and I don't see them doing any harm. They're cool by me. And then you have, a couple other guys that were big members of the group that would say, well, I think they need to take it up with the city. It says no motorized vehicles, and as far as I'm concerned, until the city says it's okay, they shouldn't be here.
Let me ask the social media lounge right now. What do you think is the main motivation for somebody seeing you having fun and looking for a reason to nitpick so that you can't do that anymore? What's the motivation? They're having a tougher day than you are at the end of the day. Am I right,
Yeah.
Fred?
I think so. I think a lot of it is protection. They don't want to lose what they have, and so they already have access, and they want that that exclusive to them. They don't want to share. There's a certain amount of I like what I have, and I don't want anybody to screw it up. So you guys might screw it up for me some kind of way, and so let's just keep y'all out. That's all I can think of.
I've got a good one from the social media lounge. They have to pedal way too much effort.
Yeah, well, that's part of it too. I'll tell you, Adam, they see us having so much fun, and I bet you there's a certain amount of jealousy in there to say, wait a minute, these guys, the bikers have to pedal, they have to work, and we get those comments too. Quit being so lazy. Why don't you walk? We've all heard stuff like that.
Now, in those situations, Fred, have you ever offered to let them try the board, or maybe someone around you has let them try to kind of be an ambassador to the one wheel in a sense?
Yeah, we do that a lot. It all comes down to the person we're interacting with. If they're just, a negative nanny that wants to talk to us about the law, then, it kind of depends on the mood. But to be truthful, it hasn't happened in quite a long time. It's hard to talk somebody into that's telling you shouldn't ride it into telling them, hey, why don't you try it? And then they're like, I don't know if I want to join your team here. I'm telling you shouldn't be here, so why should I do it? I don't know how much acceptance I've gotten, but there have been a number of people that have been curious. The people that are interested, it's always, when I see the interest, it's always, hey, you ever tried one? Come on, let's check it out.
So how many people?
We do try to spread the stoke.
Well, how many people participated in the races over the past weekend?
Over the past weekend, we had 36 one-wheel riders, and I'm saying one wheel with a dash between it because we had 4 EUCs.
Okay, which you did not discriminate. You were allowed. You had no problem with that.
That's right. We do not discriminate. The more the merrier.
Those guys cruise.
What was that?
Those guys cruise really hard.
Yeah, they're almost cheating.
Well, I'll tell you. Spoiler alert. Not a single EUC beat the top 5 or 6 racers.
Ooh, okay.
That's right. One wheel's dominated out there.
Excellent. That's awesome.
So tell me about this race. You put it together. Their money goes into this. Licensing, I don't know, lawyers, fees.
Yeah.
Like, you must have gotten a lot of legwork and red tape to go through. No. So how did you pull this off?
So, Adam, I more or less became the liaison for the race to the one wheel community. What happened is in a nutshell, we've teamed up with the trail stewards, okay? So through not wanting to be kicked out of Disney World, I joined up and worked with the trail maintenance team, hand in hand, in the ditches, in the trenches, building berms, fixing the trails, and the Austin community has joined me. I went the first day by myself. After that, I never went by myself again. I recruited people from our community, some of my great friends there in Austin, and, everybody's pitched in for the cause, and it's been so successful because the trail steward, my idea was who has rights to say we have access, or who has the most stake in this game, and that's the people who actually do the work on the trails. If we're destroying the trails, well, let's see what the trail stewards have to say about it. And the first day I went to help those guys, it turned out that I was flattening out berms with my one wheel, riding them, smashing them flat, and getting them nice and smooth after we finished building them. And everybody just sat back in awe and realized that we had a place on this team.
I have been saying it for years that the one wheel is amazing for bike tracks. It helps us. It helps everyone.
It does. It does. And it was through another trail steward. We've helped at a different park, and it was at Brushy Creek Park where the trail steward there, his name's Ronan. He's a great guy, and I was talking to him at one of these work functions at Walnut, and he told me about the upcoming race. And I said, well, you know what, Ronan, would be really awesome. Let me know when you got that timing system set up, because I want to come and see how fast a lap I can turn. And he said, how about I do you one better? What do you think if we had a one-wheel category in this race?
Yeah.
I said, man, that sounds like a winner. Let's do this. And so they already had a bike event scheduled, and we basically created a one-wheel category for the bike event. We started the race. We were the first ones to race for the day, and we were just basically like another category in a bike race. We had our own group. We had our timing chips. You know, the event coordinators, a company called Enduro Race, a guy named Todd Eric, awesome guy in the bike community, and I worked with him and Ronan to organize and try and help get the one-wheel guys recruited in to get some people to show up, and it couldn't have worked out better. The vendors, oh my gosh, amazing. I've got a huge list I could go off on. I've got a post out there. I'll probably end up missing people. We had a ton of people. Everybody was so supportive. We ended up giving away, every person that attended the race went home with something from one of our vendors. We had a giveaway for 36 people. It was amazing.
So do you see this growing in the future? Is this something that's going to have legs?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. We've already talked with the guys, and we're already planning for the next race. We're looking for a spring race. We're going to try and do this quarterly. We'll have seasonal races, maybe do a cumulative points total for the year. We've got some big ideas, and the bikers have the connections, and they already have their races. And so we're gonna continue the model of trying to piggyback on the biker races. It doesn't require us to have so much overhead. They already have the infrastructure and the race set up, and we can come along and participate. And that does two things. It means that we don't have to come up with a huge chunk of change. It's already being provided by the bike community, and we get a lot of impact with the bikers. You wouldn't believe the number of people who were just so ecstatic to see us race out there. We really turned some heads. As a matter of fact, there's a guy who builds trails who was sold on the one wheel. He's picking one up from my house today, and he can't wait to get out there riding. And you know, with the growing influence in the bike community, the trail building community, it's really blowing up here in Austin. It's really amazing.
They're clamoring for you in the social media lounge. Cody B says, hey, man, ask him to post the events in the owners group. I bet more people will show up. I didn't know anything about this. Dude, I love to help promote this. Did you guys promote this at all? It seemed like I didn't know about it until it was over.
We had 3 weeks. It was a very short amount of time, 3 weeks, and it was the day after Valentine's Day. And we did have an event listed in the owners group. It was under events. Made a post about it as well to try and get some more people going. So we did have events out there posted in our local Texas groups throughout the state, as well as the owners group. We had a couple of people come from outside, primarily Dom, as you know, came in to take first place.
I know. I heard he did it in 17 minutes.
I hear he can smell a race from 3,000 miles away.
I got to tell you, though, we got to give credit to Fuza Rodriguez. That son of a gun from Dallas. Dom only beat him by 22 seconds. Dom's got a few pounds advantage on Fuza, and it was a hell of a race. I got to tell you, I was really happy to see that it was so close, because you know, us in Texas, we run hard and we like to think that we're competitive, and I think we proved that. You know, Dom ran a heck of a race. I mean, there's no stopping that kid, though. He's like an Iron Man. I don't know, you know, he's like another breed.
Well, MW Leather is saying that the race was just shy of 3 miles, but rough terrain. Average times were between 20 to 27 minutes. So if he won at 17, he was moving. Holy moly!
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was moving. It's a very difficult course. There's 160 turns, 100 berms. It was all manicured, maintained trail. Lots of rocks, though. It's a little got its rocky sections that make it more challenging. So
I
you
love
can't just
that.
fly high speed.
I love that. Make it technical. You shouldn't be able to
Yeah.
just zoom through the whole thing.
That's
The thing I liked the best about the track was that it was great for all weight classes. There wasn't a situation where there's this big hill and half the people can't make it up the hill, because they weigh too much. It really evened out the playing field and made it more of a technical challenge and a skills competition as opposed to who weighs the less and who can ride the fastest on smooth ground.
People really want to see the live video. Is there anywhere? Do we have video anywhere I can show it? Is it on the internet?
Man, I don't think we have. I personally don't have any video. I was so busy all day with everything going. We have a bunch of people who did do some video, and there's going to be some good video stuff coming out, but I don't think anything's been produced yet.
All right.
So when that's available, I'll definitely be posting it up. Keep an eye out for some of the guys from Texas posting it up. I'll be sure to have them tag you guys.
Awesome. Now, can you tell us a little funny story that may have happened over the weekend? Something you may have seen that maybe really made you laugh and enjoy the one wheel time.
Funny story. Goodness, let's see. I don't know how funny it would be. We did have an EUC guy break his pinky.
Oh.
That was an injury we had. So we had one injury with a broken pinky. I didn't know about it until after he was already out and gone. I think I might have been on the race course at the time when it happened. And but anyway, we were calling for, okay, maybe we're going to give a prize for who drew the most blood. And my buddy Chad Pierce, I had already seen his hand dripping. He had wiped out and took a little chunk out of a finger. And so I thought he had the prize, but then someone said, oh, a EUC guy broke his finger, so we owe him something.
Okay, yeah, he wins. Everybody walked away with something, so I hope that he had a good time. But let's get that finger fixed.
Yeah. I need to get in touch with him, actually, and reach out and make sure we got him all straight. But as I understand it, he's going to be fine.
Yeah, well, our badass social media lounge, that's just a flesh wound. So, yeah, he's all right.
That's right.
Actually, just while I have you, I know you have to get going here, and we'll let you go soon. But, I was talking to somebody in a group ride over the weekend, and this gentleman was really kind of new to one-wheeling and the whole electric anything. And I told him that I had a unicycle as well, an electric unicycle. And he was like, oh, that seems like it's safer on a nosedive because, you're more in a frontwards ready position to handle it, right? And I firmly disagreed. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess the position is more ready to run out, but I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Let me tell you what it is, Fred.
Avoid nosedives at all costs.
Completely false because, while you might be forward facing, think about if you nosedive on a one wheel, your nose is going to hit, and then you have a firm something to jump off of and then get into a ready movement like a roll. If that EUC goes, man, your floor just drops.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
yeah, you're going off.
Sorry.
Dom was showing us some funny clips there at Chewy's. We ate up some good Mexican food while he was in town, and we were actually watching some EUC fail videos.
It's scary, man.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's scary.
Yeah.
If you watch them, you're like, oh, yeah, I better not. So anybody who's worried about nosediving on a one wheel, be happy that you have something to jump off of when it does happen.
So, Fred, as we get close to the end here, I just wanted to give you a chance to shout out any vendors you wanted to specifically call out or any people that really got you through this event this year.
Oh, man. I know I'm going to miss somebody, but big shout out to Burris. Big shout out to Armadillos, Float Life, Craft and Ride, Sunny Wheels. Ben Gonzalez made an amazing trophy for us. I don't know if you saw Dom holding that trophy.
Yeah, we did. We showed that.
The event came off so pro. It's amazing how things came together. Oh, my gosh. Who am I missing here? CJ with Lemonade Float Co. Throwing down the $200 bounty to get Dom pulling down and take my prize. I would have been in top 3 there if he hadn't shown up, but no hard feelings. I knew it was coming.
He can't miss a race, man. We're just so glad that you did this. So thank you for joining us, and we'll have to get you back on soon. I know you're busy, so we'll get you out of here. But anything left you want to have said to the people, man?
Man, all I would say is that we want to reach out to the community in a positive way, and you can make that impact by joining the trail team for whoever's manicuring the trail that you like to ride. When you pay, then you get to play. And so, buy your entrance fee by showing up and helping out, and you'll be welcomed and see your abilities to access other trails grow.
I like this guy. Fred Cunningham, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, dude. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Belly. Thanks, Adam.
Have a great day, sir.
Let's take it easy.
I want to be a part of that.
That sounds like an awesome time.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
The other thing, we probably could have talked with Fred about this too, but really it's the way you grow the sport. We've talked multiple times about that, where you want to get national attention on this. Those kind of races that make it interesting. You've seen BMX on TV. You've seen racers doing trail rides on TV before.
This is how we get there.
That's how you get there. And
we've been saying that for years, folks, that as soon as there is an ability. Listen, I talked to a lawyer about this, okay? I'm trying to do this for you. I'm doing it for you. I did. I reached out to a lawyer and I said, how are we going to get this on ESPN? And he's like, well, first of all,
Funny Bone. Flying fudgerific.
Woo! Nothing funny about that one. Yeah, he said what you're going to need to do first is you're going to need to be able to have regional competitions. That's how things get started. So any way that you can get these kind of races popping up where we can all be a part of them and start jumping to them, where it's not just the Float Life Fest that you're looking for every year like his shirt connotes. Can't wait. Get your
Literally,
tickets.
The race is going on right here on my shirt.
Get your tickets happening.
Happening now.
But now there's other places to do it other than just race for the rails. Now you can go out to the Texas ride. I know, didn't I see June Kim has a little something going on?
Floattoberfest is one thing we talked about with Jessica Enslin recently.
That's
where
exactly
they do
right.
different competitions as well. I'm sure the California crew wants to put together things with the amount of community they have there. We have a large contingency down in Florida as well, where they could definitely put on some.
Listen,
we just had the Daytona 500. It's a big race with vehicles. And we ride some of the best vehicles there are. So we just soon have the Daytona 500 for one wheels.
We can do that. Let me tell you something. The Fairfax.
Boogity. Let's go racing.
Boogity. I'm going to cut that up.
Boogity. Let's go racing.
The Fairfax One Wheel guys, they're freaking nuts, man. These guys are so ambitious. I love them so much. They're like trying to get all kinds. I mean, we're looking to get, they're going to be able to fix your bearings soon. And, they're talking like I don't want to drop secrets or anything, but like they have big plans, and I know they're trying to get a huge ride, if not a competition.
We have Stoke shops spread all over as well.
So what we need to do is we need multiple regional competitions, and that's something that if you're somebody, I know you're out there and you're listening, and you're a Type A organizer, and you have been missing those days back in high school and college when you got to plan shit.
And if you need advice,
now is the time. Usually you get hated on because nobody likes that person.
Get in your local groups and let's find a place.
It's true. Nobody likes that person 95% of the time. But 5% of the time, they save the planet. And it evens out because we need you. We need you, planners. This is the time where it's like, yo, if you are a planner type, this is your 5% where you can save the planet. You can force the one wheel straight to the top. Start planning events that we can all come to.
AKA,
do it.
Be a Justin Thompson.
Need ya.
Be a Fred Cunningham. Because those guys spread the stoke and are people that are going to get this sport where we all want it to be, I think.
Okay. We need help. I mean, we certainly do if we're going to get it off the ground to where we want it to be. Thoughts on the Whisper? We touched on that. We have a top 10 to get to. What else do I have? A secret challenge. Really things to get to. A lot of things going on today.
We could talk about how Float Life Fest tickets are on sale now.
They are.
So go get yours. Float Life Fest 4.
What's the
in Asheville, North Carolina. Get your tickets.
What's the first thing you're going to do when you get there? What's
there earlier this year.
Now that you have a year of experience, what's a tip that you can give someone that you wish you knew the first time through?
The first time through?
What's something that you wish you knew the first time through? Now that you go the second year, you're like, oh, now I know what to do.
Really, it's just it comes down to like wanting to get into those races and see what you want to like this year. I want to actually try and
you're going to
figure out competing in races.
Now, what are you going to do with your tiny little baby pint?
I'm gonna figure that out. I might buy a used XR between then and now.
Sorry.
The Pint.
I love the Pint.
All right,
I
well,
have nothing against the Pint.
I've thought about it already.
Stand up.
It's not going to stand up. Absolutely not. I want an XR for those races. 100%.
You're gonna need it.
Where I use my Pine is commuting to and from work.
But Bruce will take care of you. There are people who will take care of you.
Yeah, there are plenty of places around locally that you can get a XR easily.
Let's do this. They're starting to pipe them into the social media lounge, so I want you to do that right now. Send us your best tip in the social media lounge right now. Pipe it in either to Facebook in the comments or in YouTube in the comments in the live stream. What is the best tip that you have for somebody, like going back with the knowledge of what you had from last year? You know, now that you've got a year or two under your belt, what's something that you wish you knew your first time? Somebody's saying get a good camping spot. Somebody's saying stroke the stoke. Just be careful where you do it in private. Somebody's saying, Okiashi, take the whole week off, spend some time in the town.
100%. That's what I would do this year because hopefully it's yearly a tradition now, but there's the Mark Lindsay ride that happens in the day before, or Wednesday before the event. Definitely want to get in on that.
Shannon Lackey, like the women's one-wheel retreat in Bend, Oregon in June, organizers are an amazing asset to any sport, you guys. I know. I'm just giving you guys crap.
Another person you want to be in this community.
No, I knew I was going to get some pushback from the planners, and that's fair. Shannon, I appreciate it. You're right. We need you right now. But usually you guys are the ones that are pushing people like me who don't like to plan stuff. And you're like, come on, we need to go here, and we need to go here. So they get a lot of pushback from the people like me because we're just like, dude, just let me get there when I want to get there. That's when the planning type and the chill just like, I don't want to think about it type. That's when they clash. But right now, her type needs to win. And I don't want to put Shannon on top of that mountain, but the planners need to take over and they need to plan more stuff.
It's going to happen.
More of it. Because honestly, without that, none of us have anything to ride.
Yeah. Has
anyone heard from Canadian Dave here? He is a newfound uncle. He just had his 6th nephew, so we're giving him a chance to get back and under his boots.
Yeah. Newfound uncle.
2 Girls, 1 Wheel says, don't go full send the moment you get there. It's a long weekend.
Yes.
That's also true.
Yep.
I remind you of that in the terrain park next week, lady. Just we can't be flying off jumps on Monday. Yeah. You know, I think you saved the terrain park for like the last day or two.
Yeah.
On a snowboard trip.
Get the muscles right. Get them right.
I don't know how to do jumps, and I'm going to do big jumps, and I'm going to do it on air. Not on air, but on camera.
In air. In time and space.
Who else is this? Get a breakfast burrito. Amazing idea.
Yeah. High in protein.
What's the food situation, says Cody B. Are there food trucks set up on the premises?
Good question.
That's a great idea.
There is a couple of food areas to get food. There was a food truck right outside of where we'd all go.
Copy says
food.
Eat the food. They have some killer food vendors.
They have some killer food, and there was a big dinner one night where all the one-wheelers came together and ate. That was really good food as well. I mean, there was great food all weekend long.
Max Kramer trying so hard to get something going in the UK. Very good, Max. Keep it going.
There you go.
Coffee says he has 12 nieces and nephews. Yeah, well, not like Canadian Dave here.
I know the guys in Germany that came, 3 guys from Germany that came to Float Life Fest this past year, working really hard to get regulations cleared for them in Germany.
Also really hoping for a shower situation at Float Life Fest this year, LOL.
Showers? What are showers?
We don't need showers where we're going.
Get a camper.
Dude,
That's
they
my
have
best
those.
advice
Have you
for
ever
that.
seen those camping showers?
Yeah.
Have you seen what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Can you pull that up? Just Google.
Yeah.
Just Google that. Camping shower. Show the people.
Hold on.
This is a thing, folks. I don't know where you get the water from.
You get it from anywhere. Bring water jugs.
Because if you, I mean, that's something that can help.
Actually, the DMV camp did have a camp shower. I'm getting it.
This is why I was talking to somebody about this. We need a third person in here. Belly's not a producer at this point. He's a co-host. He's a co-host. Yes, that's what I need. Belly's a co-host. He doesn't have time to do production. These camping showers exist. What is this thing?
I don't know what that. I mean, it's kind of like a camping shower, but it's not. It's hooked up to an actual pipe. Hey, lies and slander.
Forget it. Get it back here. I sent him.
We had a camping shower. So basically, how the camping shower works is it's like a tent. And then you kind of just pour water all over yourself, and it's a private. You create yourself a little private shower room.
Ib Jones says the stream.
Baby wipes.
Waterfall.
Baby wipes.
Cody B. Baby wipes.
Baby wipes. You ever been to a festival? That's how you shower at a festival, as far as I know.
Copy invitation says my wife and I are always bringing a camping shower. We have a solar shower and a camping shower tent. Yo, shower at Copy's tent. That's what everybody needs to do. So if you're listening right now, don't worry. Copy's got you. Shower at his tent. Everybody to Copy's tent.
Yep.
Copy, love you. All right, very good. So let's move on. I have a lot of saved videos I want to get to with the people. Can we do that? I have things to do. We have things to do. We have
People to see?
Not a lot of time to do them, Belly. So I want to do those things.
Where do you want to start?
Well, we have top 10 video to get to. We'll do that in about 10 minutes. So I would like to start with what is on the top of the screen right now. Nope, you had it. Simple stop conversation time from your boy, Jeff McCosker, helping us out. Now, no, I don't necessarily want the video yet. Can I read the post?
Oh.
Because... and then maybe we'll watch that video, but I do want to talk about that. Can you get to the post? That would be, yeah, because this is interesting. Forget that. Just get the video ready to play then, because obviously that's way too long. I'll tell them what's going on, and then we'll just play the video when we can. Here's the deal, folks. The pint has, do you know what's going on with this?
No.
Yo, welcome to the conversation. Forget the screen. Forget it. Just so you know this, look, he's reading and he can't stop reading now because it's interesting. Stay here. Let me tell you, because this is what I'm trying to get to. The simple stop has something happen when if you get to a point where the wheel leaves the ground during a braking situation, simple stop will kick in.
If you have it activated.
Yeah. If you have it activated, and Jeff was saying, simple stop is basically sets your tail into the ground when you go into reverse. So if you're riding down the street and you hit a bump like a slick spot, etc., which gets your tire in the air, but the board is tilted back due to pushback, then your tire spins backwards. When your tire spins backwards, your board thinks you're going in reverse, and simple stop kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
This slams your tail into the ground while you're still moving forward. Natural reactions try to level out, which causes you out of control accelerate while your board is skidding on the tail. Can you show them what happens on the video? So be careful, everybody riding a pine. It's hard to see it. Can you play it again?
Yep.
Here it comes.
So you just got up above the air and his wheel
And then it just
stopped
slams it
spinning.
down. Yep.
Interesting. I haven't had simple stop on in a long time.
And that's something that's going to happen, Belly, in like a situation where you're not planning for it to happen, but maybe you have to avoid somebody who comes out of nowhere and just like you have to jerk back and like throw on the brakes.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe it hits a rock or a little pebble or something and it gets into the air and everything just stops it and slams your tail into the ground, shuts it down. So just be aware of that. If you're not a beginner, just turn that simple stop off, man.
It's a good PSA.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that we talk
Like you
about
go
that.
over a curb, like anything could create that kind of backwards motion.
Really scary. I mean, think about it. Even if you're going off of a drop,
Yeah.
you know, you're just dropping off of a curb. And what? It's just going to slam your tail down?
Yep.
Scary.
And not, well, now expect that.
Next up, go ahead. Take it.
All right. No, I'm just.
Getting comfortable with new obstacles with David V. We have. So let's do that. This is fun. I think this comes from Sean and David Vanderhoek. Let's check them. Just rocking out this new feature that they have. This thing is so high. It's like a curved pipe that's sitting on top of a block.
He wore that shirt during the XR races. So I knew who he was.
Oh, look at that. It's ours. I didn't even notice. That's awesome. Thanks, dude. Looking good. Looking fresh.
Sellies at the end. Always the great
It's
one.
good to see them. And look how many things that they have. They have like all these little curved rails that they just set up out in the parking lot. And
Apparently our show's coming on next.
fantastic. I want those things because slides are coming next for me. That's what I'm doing this year. Very, very pumped to do that. And I'm thinking I'm going to be doing the rails in the terrain park this week coming up. Also, in the saved videos file, yeah, absolutely. AJ Balanza, let's do that. I got PSAs for days, folks.
PSA.
I wish I had some water.
Gulp.
Clyde, on it. Dear Future Motion, says AJ Balanza. That's okay. Thank you, buddy. I've spent thousands of dollars on your product. I've thrown them in the ringers for the past. Basically, he goes on. Look, I'm not going to read you all of this. Okay, that's a lot. Belly just sat back in his chair like, oh boy.
Okay.
And I know that's when I lose the audience too. Basically, he's got 3 issues. First issue is that every board he comes across with,
The screw strip.
the rails, are a problem because of the screw strip. Second problem is for everyday, well, your controller is a fragile piece of equipment, and he's noticed explosions happening. And third, the headlights. Like, why is every board's headlights go out? That shouldn't happen. So it was like and this was funny because these guys usually are really stoke-filled, and he's the cameraman for Wheel Fun Stuff, and he offers 3 different fixes, which are right here. So if you plan on releasing a new board soon, I'd love for you guys to look at some of the issues and concerns from the past models and try to improve them. He's saying, really, I don't need a whole bunch of new stuff on a board. Just make the board work that much better. Make it that much stronger. We're doing nose slides and stuff on top of the controller and on top of the battery module. Like, can you make them like reinforced a little bit? Maybe shock proof. That's what I would love to see, is what he is saying. I'm just paraphrasing his last words. So Future Motion, please help us to create a board that will allow future generations of one-wheelers to do the things that have not been seen before.
It's a great mindset. And like we've talked about so far in this show today, it's the future of the board that we're talking about, which is the future of Future Motion. So they will and hopefully be receptive to a lot of ideas that come through with this community all the time.
Digging it. I'm digging it. Keeping it going. What else is in the save videos? Sound on, Terry Peter freaking the F out. I love that.
I can't not be excited.
I love seeing somebody get something for the first time.
Yeah!
And feeling that way.
I can't not be excited.
Belly, that makes you feel good, right?
That makes you want to go out there and try it.
Yeah, it does. It does. So what's going on with you? Well, we have another one here. Was that it?
I don't know. I've been roaming around the same videos. Got this one up the top here.
One more. Let's do it.
I don't know what else this is. I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's Wolverine. Click on it. Let's see what happens. No, that's just a GIF. We don't need that. Wolverine GIF.
What are you saying?
What the hell is going on? All right, Jimmy Chang here for us is showing his kids. I hope he doesn't mind us showing this. But this is an indoor park at Copper Mountain, which is where I will be next week, which is why this got my attention. This is an indoor park, Belly, where you can send it down these ramps into a foam pit and get a feel for what it's going to be like once you take it out onto the slopes.
Wow. That's
Awesome.
actually an awesome thing.
Awesome idea. And so this is just his kids sending it into the foam pit, and I thought that was cool. But also, I kind of want to do this next week.
I want to do that with one wheels.
Yeah. Right? I would love to send it into there.
Yeah, that would give me a little more confidence when riding that stuff.
Absolutely. Very good. Okay, so I think if we can... You want to do top 10?
Yeah.
I
Sure.
need water, man.
I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty.
Let's do it. It's down at the bottom.
Oh, it is. It is.
Let's drop that top 10 on these people. Now, this is, before you hit play, this is the top 10 things that I saw when I typed in the hashtag onewheel on Instagram.
This is the first 10 things you saw?
Yeah. So don't get on me. These are the things that I saw. And we're going to go through them and make comments on them. There's a certain amount of time, Belly. This is a play clock. Once we hit play, it's on a clock.
You gave me a script the last time we did this.
I know I did it. I know. Yeah, that's true. We did a script last time, so we're just going to comment on each one. I'm going to lead the first one. I'm going to lead each one of these, and then you kind of color commentary.
Got it.
Okay?
Put me on the spot. This is going to go great.
Number 10. This guy, well, Alex comments, here's the top 10 multiple categories. Best portability, the monowheel. Best maneuvering, the monowheel. Easiest to learn, an electric bike. Best waste of money, an electric skateboard. But the best way to show off, a one wheel.
on what looks like the Santa Monica Pier. You better not be riding on there.
Billy! Oh, boy. Well traveled. This chick is on Instagram when you put in hashtag Onewheel, and this picture is absolutely beauty. The gorgeousness, the beauty that comes in when you look at this, just the sheer prettiness. Can she get out of the way? There it is. That's what I was looking at.
There's two of them.
Gorgeous. Oh, man. Just so pretty. That's what I wanted to see. Get out of here, lady.
There's two of them.
Get her out of here. Number 8. What do we have here, Belly? What do you see?
Car and a wheel.
Where is it from? Budapest, Hungary. We've got another Onewheel spotted in the wild. And one of the commenters says, watch now, Tesla's going to make a hoverboard. I'd like to see it.
Prove it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But this is a shout out.
That guy needs new grip tape like you.
Budapest, Hungary. I like it. This guy, Easy Rig, from at Real the Film, using Easy Rig and the Vario 5 together with the stable. This setup with the Onewheel must work wonders. Let's hope at Real the Film will release some in-camera footage. Well, who cares if they do or not? Because we're putting you on the air.
Honestly, anything that you can write off for your taxes is a piece of equipment for work.
This guy, Jordy Eboon, the best way to fuck up some shoes, Belly.
Those are some nice red shoes. They got sand all over
Only
them.
thing I could think of when I saw
You know what
this
would have
video.
saved him? A fender.
I was like, dude, no. I love that he's not rocking a fender. But, dude, throw on some muddier kicks, man. Those are fresh. I am Groot.
That's a slick looking wheel.
Alex Monroe has one that looks like Groot. He says, I am Groot. And his XR looks like it as well.
Treaded tire.
Yeah. Number 3, what else is coming up? This is a even sexier looking. Is this the best looking pint you've ever seen?
I like it.
Look at this, Belly.
I like it a lot.
Just really good looking. My God. And then, I mean, I'd like to see one more picture if we can. Oh!
And
not
now
like
the
that!
grip tape is ruined. You must have gone to Float Life Fest. That's what my board looked like.
Dude, that pint looks sick. Yeah. Number 2. Fabouz from France throws up a picture of his kids when you put in hashtag Onewheel on Instagram. It says kids are ready to shred, Belly.
They're shredders, little shredders
They
all
look
over the
mean.
world, ready to take it over.
They look mean and angry and ready to go in a fun way.
Great rap album cover.
Yeah, well said. Number 1, let's just watch it. Fuego Weaver 9-2. I love the Stoke.
Oh, he almost ghost rided the whip.
I want that. I want that
He
trick.
almost ghost rided the whip.
I want that trick. And then look, he doesn't care. Woo! Let's see. Oh, is he going to try it again? Round 2?
He ghost rided the whip.
Watch this one. Side ghost ride. This guy just throwing out little random stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. And then just a little bunny pop.
That was
folks.
great. Great top 10 there, Chief.
Yeah, it's the top 10 from TTR Studios. Belly, take us out in that weird, that voice you do, the producer voice.
All right, Luch, this has been another fantastic show of Luch Dog in the Morning.
Jesus Christ.
We appreciate all of you coming in today and joining us. Thank our sponsors, you all, in the social media lounge who are Patreons. Don't forget to join Clyde's Army if you want to support everything we do.
I'm so glad you did that. We have a secret challenge.
Oh, yeah. What?
I forgot. We were going to talk
secret,
about that.
I almost forgot.
I did. Hold on. Clyde, stop the music.
Stop the music. It's a secret challenge.
Here's the deal.
Secret challenge. It's how many pens you need, guy? Here you go. I am out.
Okay.
Here's a battery.
Here's the deal. I need you. And I'm not kidding. I am trying to put on a serious face. I do need your help. If you're somebody who listens to this show and you like this show and you appreciate what we do, we're at a crossroads. I can't tell you on air what it is. Belly doesn't even know what it is. So that's why we're just kind of keeping this light. But something somewhat, not serious, but something's going down and I want to address it. So I will do so, but I will not do it here. I would like to do that in the weekly Onewheel Challenges group. So we will do that in a secret challenge this week. Belly, you need to head over to the weekly Onewheel Challenges group on Facebook. I will unveil exactly what I'm talking about and what you specifically need to do, have to do, must do, can do, and will do. If you're a part of Clyde's Army and you want to help what we're doing and you want to see this move forward, I need you. We just need you. And here it comes. This is the time. We haven't asked for it in a long time. Now is the time for you to support. And it has nothing to do with your dollars. It's going to take you 2 seconds, but I need everybody to do it. So I need you to go over to the weekly One Wheel Challenges. It's a group on Facebook. Head over there. I will post this within an hour of the end of this show. So at 2 o'clock, I will post exactly what we're going to do. Let's take over the world, Belly. You look nervous. Oh my God. Yikes. That is evil. I am serious, though, so head over there to the weekly One Wheel Challenge.
I really have no idea what it is.
Group, and we'll see you on Facebook. I'll tell you how you can help. If you're a part of Clyde's Army, now is the time to amass the troops. We'll see you over there. General Belly is going to speak to you as Clyde's first-hand man.
This is going to go like Stripes if that's the case.
By the way, that means can you record a video with me in a second? Cool.
Oh, okay, cool.
He doesn't even know, but he's going to do it. All right, guys, we got to get out of here. Thank you to the Social Media Lounge. Belly, while I collect their final thoughts, what do you have for these people?
It's good to always hear those wonderful voices. Reminder, we are off next week, so you won't see us, but we will get back to you as soon as we can, and we will keep you updated when we are back. See you next time, folks. We have a great week. Have a great 2 weeks, and we'll see you then.
It's going to be weird. We'll do a pop this week, and then, we're off next week, but I will be doing a whole bunch of footy from Colorado, so I will see you guys soon. Thank you for your support. Head over to the weekly One Wheel Challenges on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, I saw that comment on Social Media Lounge. Reach out to me directly. I know who you are. I'll tell you how you can help. But we're taking it over, and it's going to be with your guys' help. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you, and get yourself on a float.